What's up, everybody? It's your boy Watley coming to you live from my man cave, aka the Heat House. This is part 2 of my clipper education series. As I mentioned in part number 1, there are 3 types of clipper and trimmer motors. There are pivot motors, magnetic motors, and rotary motors. Traditionally, the rotary motor is the strongest of the 3. It has the most torque, but it also has the lowest speed of a moving blade, whereas the pivot motor has the second most torque, and the speed is faster than a rotary motor, but not quite as fast as the magnetic motor, which has the fastest speed, but also it has the lowest amount of torque. So therefore, for example, if you wanted to cut wet hair, the magnetic motor would not be ideal because the wet hair being thicker would snag and cause the motor to stop. So for wet hair, for example, you would use a pivot motor or a rotary motor. With that being said, once again, there are 3 major manufacturers of clippers and trimmers in the U.S. That would be Oster, Wahl, and Andis. With that being said, you have trimmers, which are generally all pretty much the same in the way they're constructed. More recently, manufacturers have been making their trimmers with rotary motors. Traditionally, they were made with magnetic motors because of the use of them. So for example, Wahl has come out with a few rotary motor trimmers, such as the Wahl Hero and the Wahl Detailer. And Andis as well has come out with their Andis Superliner. Now, what makes the Superliner a more unique tool is that it has a detachable blade. So therefore, you can have multiple blades for the same trimmer. I would say, in my personal opinion, as far as rotary motor trimmers go, I prefer the Wahl line of rotary motor trimmers because out of the box, they're a lot easier to use. You don't have to set them out of the box, and by setting, I mean a lot of trimmers are best used after they're set, with their blades are set, because out of the box, they're not always as sharp as you would like them to be when it comes to making your lines. Do not get me wrong, the Superliner is a very good tool, but in my opinion, you would have to set the blades, and unless you know a good barber or you have the knowledge yourself, it's not the easiest thing to do. Now, with that said, like I said, traditionally, trimmers usually came in the magnetic motor fashion. Wahl, for example, their magnetic motor trimmers came like this. This is a Wahl. This is a very old Wahl. This one currently doesn't work, so I won't be turning this on at all. But they were decent at best, but not very ideal. Now, as far as Andis is concerned, their bread and butter has always been the Andis T outliner or the Outliner 2. Once again, this is a magnetic motor trimmer. Most barbers swear by this, and I must say I love mine. Also, Andis has the Styliner M3, which is essentially an upgraded version of their Styliner 2. The biggest difference would be that this is a metal housing, and that's pretty much it. With that said, this will conclude part 2. I will explain clippers in part 3. Thank you.